Most people overcomplicate real estate, but guess what? There are certain fundamentals that you should always follow. I've cracked the code. You're about to watch a video of me speaking to the War Room, which is a military investor group. And I did a real estate 101 presentation, and it is all about the fundamentals. And guess what? Experts never not do the fundamentals. And so at the end of that, I'm going to be giving my $1 million advice. By the way, my name's Hugh. If this is your first time here, and I scaled from 0 to a millionaire in 15 months and 0 to 287 units in 22 months. And now I'm retired a millionaire, and now I just help my friends do the same thing. So I'm gonna be giving the advice that I wish I knew when I started. Guys, enjoy. Now we're gonna go into who you need on your team. So if who's brand new, doesn't know too much about real estate, cool. So there's something called the core four. I did not coin the phrase. It's from Bigger Pockets, from what I understand. You need an agent, lender, property manager, and contractor. Real estate is really, really weird. A lot of you guys are in the military, we're in the military, and you're used to working with teams and on teams and directing people to accomplish various tasks. Congratulations. There are whole industries out there that all they do is this stuff for you. And if you have these four people, or 4 people that are trusted, then you can engage in real estate investing without really doing much if you want to. Agents find you the deals, lenders lend you the money to find you the deals, property managers, in my opinion, I use property managers, that's why I could scale. I could not scale if I only had 2 or 3 homes, right? I do not like self-managing, it's a personal preference. And so I have a property manager, after I'm done with the flip or the burr, I'm going to pass it to my PM. They're going to take it from there. And of course, the contractor renovates everything. If you don't know where to find them, you should go to a local real estate meetup where you're at. Go find a Bigger Pockets one. If you don't have one, go look for Pints and Properties. Pretty much most real estate investors that are in your local area are happy to share everybody that's on this list, except for their contractor. Probably going to not give you their contractor's name. So, core 4, if you have these guys, then that's all you really truly need to actually start. Right? What gave me the confidence, having 0 experience in real estate, no team, no anything, to just jump in and start, was that I was used to managing teams and people, right? From my manufacturing company, right? 350 people, I only have to manage 4 people here. And so I was able to start while I was a normal W-2 guy, working in manufacturing, waking up, hating my life. This can't be it for the rest of my life. I was able to start investing because all I needed was to find somebody else with the experience. And what do you know? There's 4 industries designed specifically for that for us. Cool. $1 million advice. This advice has made me a very large amount of money, and probably much more than $1 million by now. At the end, I'll conclude with a book to read, and it's the cheat code of how I got so successful. The first one, you guys actually have already heard this and the analogy suspiciously. Be careful who you get advice from. Have a clear goal in mind, right? Dan this morning just talked about goals. What's your goal? If your goal is to have Airbnbs and fly your plane all over the world to the Airbnbs that you own, because of whatever reasons you decide, then I would start with the end goal in mind. Don't think, oh, I'm going to start flipping because I need money to go after the goal. Just go, if you can narrow it down, go after your goal and pick a good goal that accomplishes your why. Then seek advice from people who have done it before. So here's the best intentions versus experience. This is the exact same analogy that Dave gave earlier. If you want to be a UFC fighter, don't get advice from your mom, hire an MMA coach, right? So both may have your best intentions, but one's going to have done it before you. Again, for whatever reason, real estate, absolutely. And I'm working with a 21-year-old investor right now who bought a crack duplex that he's currently flipping in Springfield, Missouri. And his parents are all freaked out. They're all against him. And they don't have any experience in owning real estate, except for their own house. And they're just terrified on his behalf. Well, he's crushing it, right? So have they done what you want? Are they at your goal? If they're at your goal or they're at least walking down the path, make sure that you ask the advice from the people who have gone that way before you. And also take their advice with a grain of salt because they're not you. All right, next one, the investor core 4. But most agents are garbage. Who's an agent in here? Most agents are garbage. Most lenders are garbage. Most contractors are garbage. Most property managers are garbage. Almost everyone sucks. And that's actually just a fact of life, not just in real estate investing. Most of them are garbage for investors. It's our job, armed with knowledge and connections with the people in this room who are going to outcompete everybody else who's competing with you. Make sure when you get your core 4 that you get an investor core 4. People that are used to working with investors. They're the ones with the connections. Most agents don't like working with investors because we're going to send them to a $20,000 crack house and they're going to make $1,400, right? And they'd rather work for the forever home and that's $300,000 or $500,000. Most lenders, they're real skittish about following laws and stuff. Contractors, this is why most investors won't share their contractors with you. If they found a good one, they're going to hoard them and try to keep them busy so they're happy. And most property managers, I think we burned through like 6. And then, you know, because David Green's property manager book says get 2 and pit them against each other. Well, everyone's sucked in town. We just found the good one and we just put all our eggs into one basket. And you watch the basket. I think Rockefeller said, put all your eggs in one basket and watch the basket closely. So make sure you have investor-friendly core 4s. Treat it like a business, right? Successful people never not do the basics, right? Usually if I've gotten hurt, it's because I got sloppy. I was like, you know what? I've worked with you before. I trust you. Successful people never not do the basics. Don't half-ass it. Whole-ass it the first time. I've learned this on many flips. Go in, it's an old tired house, like a cosmetic only. And then you're just plagued with problems. It would not have been that much more to just gut it and fix all the major systems. Oh, but that's way more work and it's going to be 2 months instead of 1 month. Well, cool. Well, now I'm going to pay for it for the next 5 years dealing with that. My background is building and scaling teams, intrinsically understand how to problem solve and set up systems and processes that are self-healing. Systems and processes are what are going to save you. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall back to your highest level of preparation, always. And most people who flounder, most mom and pops that we get a buy from, a lot of them don't have systems and processes. A lot of them were tired, right? I don't know the story on who the previous owners of the hotel here were, but I can tell you the previous hotels that we've bought in the past. It was a couple, they bought it in their 30s or 40s or 50s. Now they're in their 70s and they're still doing everything. They're doing all the maintenance. They don't have a computer. They proudly declare they don't have a website. They have no systems and processes. So make sure you treat stuff like a business, scale, have systems and processes. All right, next point of advice, one of my favorites, don't f people. Real estate is a very small place. Word gets around, there's many people in our market that we won't work with ever again. And if you want those names, if you're investing in Springfield, come to me of who not to work for or with. You never know who you're currently in front of are gonna come back around. People will remember you. Do what you say, even if you don't legally have to. This is a big point on integrity. Real estate specifically is a very, very unusual space in that everybody tends to know everybody. Everybody who's successful can end you and make sure everybody knows not to do business with you. Be careful who you piss off. That's a very, very big deal. Even if you don't have to legally have to do what you say, I would do it anyways. Usually, if you treat everybody with good faith, what will end up happening is people like you and they bring you good deals and then you bring them good deals and you provide a lot of value to each other and blah, 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 blah. A lot of people who are scheming and are just very, very upfront and trying to weasel their way through everything, those people usually get burnt out and don't really make it that far. All right, platinum rule. So the platinum rule, there's a golden rule. The platinum rule is think of others, treat others how they want to be treated. All right, so think of the other person or business. This is a very big one. Treat others how they want to be treated. Systems and processes. You can systematize it to treat other people that way. Here's an example. When I go to my core four, I think of my contractor. I'm not trying to squeeze my contractor out of every dime. And in fact, I've told my contractor, you can't charge me that. You have to charge me more because we're not going to get very far if you don't eat. I go to the lenders. I'm continuously, and this is a rule that, this is a phrase that Dane coined, trying to shove value up their ass, where I'm bringing other investors, shovel value, sorry, like coal, right in there with a hatch. Oh, treat others how they want to be treated. If it's your agent, bring them referrals, right? Let everybody know. If it's a lender, bring people with you, right? Hey, did you know Jim? By the way, Jim lends on this property. You want this? Here's it. Oh, you're in Texas or you're in Florida? Let me call Albert for you. Albert's going to hook you up, right? Just provide value. Think of the other person. If you can make other people money, and this is a quote, I don't have it up, but millionaires know how to make money. Billionaires know how to make other people money. So if you can think, how do I provide other people in my core four value? Then you're probably going to make a lot of money along the way. Action this day. The Germans were doing stuff in the 30s. And he was like, hey, guys, if we don't take action, there's not going to be much around. So this was his famous, we'll fight them in the air and the seas until the last person falls speech that he gave that basically got the world to actually do something. So taking action, and I didn't say take massive action, by the way, but we fail fast and fail often. You'll learn more by doing and failing than planning, which terrifies my team. But taking an action is more important than what action you take. It's a very big deal. So every single day, I try to fail 50 to 60 times trying stuff. Those who know me the best can confirm this. I'm always trying to try something. And when it doesn't work, I will learn. If you're not failing, you're not trying, right? And that's one of the ways that we are able to outcompete most of the people that we compete against. And it's because even though they're smarter and more educated and we got the missile silo because we hit the market. We then drove starting at 5 a.m. out there and then signed the deal that we typed up on the way on a laptop in the back of the truck on a mobile hotspot. And right before we got there, someone from California flew their private jet back to their group of investors to present. And we got the deal. Why? Because we took action first, right? They had to go present to a committee to get it approved, right? Always make the offer, you can back out later. And so take action. Don't take massive action. Right? You don't have to go, I'm going to leverage my house and then I'm going to go start flipping or whatever it is. But taking that step towards what your goal is a big deal. And we're missing a slide. And the slide that we're missing is, there's a book. And that book is called 2 Second Lean. It's available for free on YouTube. If I ever am a billionaire one day, it's going to be because of that book. And it's all about systems, scaling teams, building a team of people who have critical thinking skills and an owner mindset they can independently operate from. Thanks so much for sticking around to watch. Please help us by watching this next video.